From where I was sitting, I can see your belly. And that was right over there at the back of the room. These people down here,
From a young James Corden in 2011, half undressed at an award ceremony, getting publicly told by Jon Stewart to cover his belly, to a 2025 monologue on a fully gilded set with a state television announcer introducing Stewart as a patriotically obedient host. Here are 10 times Jon Stewart schooled the modern late-night class he helped create. Cover your belly. Starting with the softest detention slip on the syllabus, the year is 2011. James Corden, a future late-night host, currently a presenter at an award ceremony, is standing on stage with his shirt unbuttoned and his stomach hanging out, mugging for cheap background laughs while a colleague tries to deliver a serious portion of the evening. From across the stage, the original professor of late-night satire is watching this. Jon Stewart turns mid-presentation, looks directly at Corden, and assigns the public correction. From where I was sitting, I could see your belly, and that was from right over there at the back of the room. One more, do you want one more? If you fancy the Jonas Brothers, cover your belly. Direct, public, almost paternal. The future face of the network celebrity game show Late Night Era, told by the founder of the format to put his clothes back on, rejecting the celebrity plug. While Corden was a public correction in 2011, the next lesson was a curriculum-level objection delivered 4 years later. The entire post-Stewart late-night ecosystem runs on one fundamental requirement: the obligatory celebrity promotional interview. Actor walks on, actor plugs movie, host pretends to have seen and loved the movie, audience claps. Move on. Standard syllabus. And in one of his final episodes of his original 1999 to 2015 run, Stewart sits across from Mark Ruffalo and tears the entire assignment up on tape. Ruffalo, mid-promo, says, "Wait until you make a movie and people lie to you about seeing it." Stewart fires back instantly. "I did make a movie. It was called Rosewater. Oh yeah, that was great. It was so rose-watery." 12 seconds. The entire transactional dishonesty of the late-night promotional segment, exposed by the original professor in front of the actor he was supposedly promoting, the anti-woke punditry takedown. Yet, while Mark Ruffalo at least laughed at the lesson, the entire mainstream pundit class did not. November 2024. The election has just gone. Donald Trump has won decisively. And within 24 hours, the cable news pundits, the legacy press, and the post-2015 late-night class have all settled on a single, synchronized consensus to explain the loss. Democrats were too woke. Repeated verbatim across 4 different late-night desks, all reciting the same narrative back to each other in a perfect echo. Stewart plays the supercut, every host saying it almost word for word, and then steps to the chalkboard. I only have one problem with the woke theory. I just didn't recall seeing any Democrats running on woke shit. Pop quiz. The entire industry got the answer wrong because they copied off each other's papers. Stewart caught them. The consensus narrative. Failing grade in front of the whole class. Both sides are stretching the limits. But while Stewart catching the post-election pundit class plagiarizing was a single pop quiz, his return to the desk was a full master class. February 2024. Stewart is back behind the original chair after 9 years off. The post-2016 class has spent that decade running unofficial PR for the Democratic Party, relentless on Trump, terrified to mention Biden's age. Stewart sits down his first night back, plays a brutal montage of Biden forgetting basic facts, refuses to play favorites. These two candidates are both similarly challenged. We're not suggesting either man is vibrant, productive, or even capable. They're both stretching the limits of being able to handle the toughest job in the world. What's crazy is thinking that we're the ones as voters who must silence concerns. It is the candidate's job to assuage concerns, not the voter's job not to mention them. Headmaster, back, reminding the class the assignment has always been honesty. Tony Hinchcliffe defense. Yet, while the Biden return monologue checked the partisan PR habits of his students, The next lesson required Stewart to defy them on a much more dangerous topic. October 2024. A roast comedian named Tony Hinchcliffe makes a deeply offensive joke about Puerto Rico at a Trump rally. The entire liberal pundit class and the post-2016 late-night ecosystem mobilizes into synchronized horror. Stewart plays the supercut of his peers, all clutching the same pearls, and then, on his own desk, refuses to join the chorus. To be fair, the guy's really just doing what he does. There's something wrong with me. I find that guy very funny. I'm sorry, I don't know what to tell you. 25 words. The professor reminds the class that a roast comic doing roast jokes is not a five-alarm crisis, and the rest of the class, unable to grade him, just goes silent. John Oliver Gloat. But while the Hinchcliffe defense was the original professor correcting the class on outrage etiquette, the next exchange is a personal lesson delivered to his most decorated graduate. John Oliver, the British exchange student who became valedictorian, the host whose entire show is built on the trope of an enlightened outsider, mocking American foolishness, surprise visits Stewart's desk in February 2025 to gloat that America's experiment with democracy is finally collapsing into monarchy. Standard Oliver, the smug transatlantic punchline, and Stewart, sitting next to his old correspondent, refuses to let it stand. Spoiler alert, John, things didn't end up so great for the British Empire. For a country that doesn't want to be an empire, you're doing a pretty good impression of one. Invasions, economic exploitations, suggesting turning Gaza into a beachfront casino. Oliver collapses into genuine laughter. Stewart, mock-defeated, we really have become our father. Masterclass in checking your own student. Snake oil as vitamin tonic. Yet, while John Oliver got the affectionate scolding because he's family, the historical template for every serious late-night takedown was filed 16 years earlier. March 2009. Financial system has just collapsed. Jim Cramer, the shouting, sound effects, and stock tips host of a financial entertainment show, is the public face of cable news's failure. He agrees to come on Stewart's show to defend himself. Stewart drops the comedy entirely, plays unaired footage of Cramer bragging about market manipulation, looks Cramer dead in the face, delivers the lesson that founded the entire modern format. I understand that you want to make finance entertaining, but it's not a game. We're both snake oil salesmen, but we do label the show as snake oil here. Isn't there a problem selling snake oil as vitamin tonic? Cramer breaks, quietly. Mr. Stewart, I'm trying. The entire ethos on tape. The comedians label their product as fake. The news media is the one lying. An embarrassment to the country. Yet, here's the structural twist. Sometimes the headmaster steps out of the schoolhouse entirely. June 2019. House Judiciary Committee hearing on the 9/11 Victim Compensation Fund. Stewart sits at the witness table next to dying first responders. He looks up at the dais. Most of the 14-member subcommittee hasn't bothered to attend. The seats are empty. And Stewart, no jokes, no clown nose, does what every modern late-night host has the platform to do. I can't help but think what an incredible metaphor this room is for the entire process. Sick and dying, they brought themselves down here to speak to no one. Shameful. It's an embarrassment to the country and a stain on the institution, and you should be ashamed of yourselves, because accountability doesn't appear to be something that occurs in this chamber. Standing ovation from the firefighters and police officers behind him. The bill unanimously passes the committee the next day. The professor used the platform for actual political warfare. Modern hosts use it for celebrity karaoke. We speak opinions to television cameras. But while the 9/11 hearing was the headmaster off campus, the next lesson dragged the corporate parents of late night into the principal's office. July 2025. CBS abruptly cancels Stephen Colbert's late-night show, Stewart's oldest teaching assistant. Network claims it's a purely financial decision. Happens just as Paramount pursues an $8 billion merger requiring Trump administration FCC approval. Stewart sits down at his desk and torches the parent company and his own industry in the same breath. I understand the corporate fear with $8 billion at stake, but understand this. The shows that you now seek to cancel, censor, and control, a not insignificant portion of that $8 billion came from those shows. Shows that say something. Shows that take a stand. Believe me, this is not we speak truth to power. We don't. We speak opinions to television cameras. This is not the moment to give in. I'm not going anywhere. Blew a kiss to the camera. Walked off. Class dismissed. The patriotically obedient host. Yet, while the Colbert cancellation rant was Stewart torching his own industry's parent companies, the absolute apex happened 2 months later. September 2025. ABC suspends Jimmy Kimmel under FCC pressure over comments about Charlie Kirk. The rest of the class folds. Jimmy Fallon offers a subdued monologue interrupted by an overdub praising Trump. Seth Meyers offers gentle compliments. Tepid. Cowardly. The next Thursday, Stewart takes over the desk, but the set is gone. In its place, gaudy gold drapes, dark suit, long red Trump-style tie, state television announcer voiceover from the all-new government-approved Daily Show with your patriotically obedient host, Jon Stewart. We have another fun, hilarious, administration-compliant show. Is Donald Trump stifling free speech? Of course not. To suggest otherwise is laughable. Ha ha. Ha ha, ha. God, is this your first dictator? Listen, Donald, we pledge to thee. Oh, Donald, we love you. 12.5 million views. The professor showed his timid students exactly what cowed late night looks like by performing it, proving that no matter how big the network, how brave the protege, or how synchronized the consensus, the original professor of the genre still has the gradebook, and class is still in session.